Hello everyone and welcome back once again. This is your civics teacher here, and this time I am here with a brand new chapter of NCERT grade 8, that is Understanding Secularism. Students, imagine yourself as a Hindu or Muslim living in a part of the United States of America where most of the people are Christians, and suppose despite being a US citizen, no one is willing to rent their house to you or want to talk to you. Then how would this make you feel? Would it not make you feel resentful? Means feeling angry. Or what if you decided to complain against this discrimination and were told to back to India? Would this not make you feel angry? Well, students, obviously, your anger could take two forms. First, you might react by saying that Christians should get the same treatment in places where Hindus and Muslims are in a majority, like in India. Or you might take the view that there should be justice for all people, and you may fight stating that no one should be discriminated against on grounds of their religious practices and beliefs. Students, members of one religious community either persecute, means oppress or abuse, or we can say discriminate against members of the other religious communities, and these acts of discrimination take place more easily when one religion is given official recognition by the state at the expense of other religion. So, students, all forms of discrimination, or we can say domination related to religion, should be end. And this is the essence of a secularism. Now, students, in this chapter, you will read more about what secularism means in the Indian context. So let's start. So students, here the first thing that you need to understand is what is secularism, or what is the meaning of this word secularism. Students, as I said earlier, that in this chapter we are going to understand this word secularism in Indian context. So students, India adopted a strategy of separating the power of religion and the power of the state. Means the Indian Constitution allows individuals the freedom to live by their religious beliefs and practices. Means the Indian Constitution stands for a secular state. Means a state that doesn't prioritize any one religion for the country and its people. So, secularism calls for a doctrine where all religions are given equal status, recognition and support from the state. Or secularism can also be defined as a doctrine that promotes separation of state from religion. Means religion is open to one and all and is given as a personal choice to an individual without any different treatment to the latter. For example, like India. Students, do you know that India is a secular country and it doesn't attach its politics with any religion, and Indians celebrate all festivals, or they have entire freedom to celebrate any religion in the country regardless of their caste and creed. Now students, here is a question that why is it important to separate religion from this state? Students, it is important to separate religion from the state because of the following reason. Students, the separation of the state and religion in a democratic society is very important, and there are many reasons due to which it became important to separate religion from the state. So students, the first reason that makes it important to separate religion from the state is that it helps a country to function democratically, and that's why it is important to separate religion from the state. Now the next reason, students, as I said, that it is important for a country to function democratically, and almost all the countries of the world will have more than one religion group living in them. So the tyranny of the majority and the violation of the fundamental rights can be very harmful to the people belonging to the minority, and so secularism protects people from any type of religious violence, and that's why it is necessary. Now students, the another reason behind separating religion from the state is that in democratic societies we need to protect the freedom of individuals to exit from their religion if they found any kind of difficulty in that religion. Then they are free to embrace, or you can say to adopt, another religion. And students, secularism also gave people the freedom to interpret their religious teachings differently. Now students, let's understand that what is the meaning of Indian secularism, or what is Indian secularism. Students, secularism in India means equal treatment of all religions by the state, and for this, with the 42nd, means to say 42 amendment of the Constitution of India that was enacted in 1976 asserted that India is a secular nation. And students, this law states that the state and its institution to recognize and accept all religions, enforce parliamentary laws instead of religious laws, and respect pluralism. And as I said, that India is a secular state, and only a secular state can realize its objectives to ensure the following. As the first one, that one religious community doesn't dominate the other minority community in a secular country. Secondly, some members do not dominate or do not exploit the other members of the same religious community. And thirdly, the state doesn't enforce or encourage any particular religion, nor does it take away the religious freedom of any individual in a secular state like India. Now students, as I said that India is a secular state, and here in India not a single religion is promoted, means all religions are equal here. So now here is a question that how Indian state work to protect secularism in India. Students, the Indian state works in several ways in order to protect the secularism in India. As the first one, that the Indian state uses different strategy of distancing the state from the religion. Means in India, the government departments like law courts, police stations, government schools and offices are not supposed to display or to promote any particular religion. Secondly, a strategy of non-interference. Students, this means that the Indian state respects the religious sentiments of all people, and thus it follows a policy of non-interference in the religious practices of the people. For example, the state allows the Sikh to not wear a helmet, as wearing a pagdi is a part of their religious practice, and that's how the state makes certain exception for particular religious communities in order to protect secularism in India. Students, nextly, the Indian state follows a strategy of intervention, means to the policy of interference in religious affairs of a community. If the fundamental or the basic rights of a person is denied, or we can say exploited due to religious tradition or principles. For example, in order to prevent upper caste Hindus from dominating lower caste Hindus, untouchability has been abolished and no discrimination is allowed on the basis of caste or sect. Now, the next step that the state took in order to protect the secularism is the intervention of the state. And how the state intervened? They intervened in the form of support. For example, the Indian Constitution grants the right to some of the religious community to set up their own schools and colleges. For example, the Christian community. And students, not only this, in fact, the state also provide them financial aid on a non-preferential basis. And that's how the Indian state takes various strategy to protect the secularism in India. Now students, here is a question that in what way is Indian Constitution different from that of the other democratic countries? Students, as we discussed earlier also, that Indian state respects all the religions and can interfere in religious affairs in order to respect the spirit of constitution and brotherhood. And this secularism in India refers to the equal treatment of religions by the state, whereas on the other hand, secularism in other democratic countries, like in American secularism, there is a strict separation between religion and the state, and that's how the Indian secularism is different from that of the other democratic countries of the world. Now students, with this topic here, your chapter number 2 is completed. Now I will be come back soon with another chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe and stay healthy.